Hello, gays. Have you ever imagined, what if everything we thought we knew about BTS was incomplete? What if, behind the global fame, behind the millions of screaming fans, behind the perfect choreography and flawless vocals, there was something hidden in plain sight? And what if a world record-holding vocal coach, someone who has trained the biggest voices on earth, just said something so shocking, so unexpected, that it made fans question everything? BTS doesn't have 7 members, they have 8. And the reason? Jungkook. Yes, you heard that right. The youngest member, the golden Maknae, the voice that has carried millions of hearts across the world, is now at the center of a statement that has left ARMY speechless. But what does it really mean? Is it just praise? Or is there something deeper hidden behind those words? Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to discover is not just a story about talent, but a story about sacrifice, pressure, identity, and a truth about Jungkook that might completely change how you see BTS forever. Because this is not just entertainment. This is the story they don't tell you. It all began quietly. Almost too quietly to notice. A respected vocal coach from the United States, known for holding a world record in vocal performance and for training elite singers, was reviewing performances of global artists. Nothing unusual, just another professional breakdown, another technical analysis, until BTS came up, and specifically, Jungkook. At first, everything seemed normal. The coach praised the tone, the breath control, the consistency. Words we've heard before. Words ARMY proudly repeats across social media. But then, something changed. The tone of his voice shifted. His expression became serious, and he said something that no one expected. Technically speaking, this group functions as if it has 8 members. There was a pause, and then he added, because Jungkook doesn't just sing his part, he carries parts of everyone. That moment exploded. Fans didn't just react, they froze, because deep down, it felt true, but also painfully true. You see, for years, Jungkook has been called the golden Maknae, the one who can do everything. Sing, dance, perform, adapt, lead when needed, follow when required. But what people rarely talk about is the weight behind that title. Because being good at everything sometimes means being expected to do everything. And this is where the story becomes something much deeper than just a compliment. The coach continued his explanation, breaking down live performances, studio recordings, even behind-the-scenes clips. That he pointed out how Jungkook often stabilizes the vocal harmony, how he adjusts his tone depending on who he sings with, how he fills emotional gaps in songs that weren't even originally his lines. He's not just a vocalist, the coach said. He's a bridge. A bridge. Think about that for a moment. A bridge doesn't just exist for itself. It connects. It supports. It carries weight constantly. And sometimes, it carries so much weight that no one notices the pressure building underneath. As clips of Jungkook performing played in the background, something became clear. There were moments where his voice subtly changed, not because he had to, but because someone else needed support. Moments where he stepped forward, not for spotlight, but to hold the performance together. And suddenly, that shocking statement started to make sense. Not as a literal 8th member, but as something even more powerful. A silent force, holding the group together in ways most people never see. Fans began revisiting old performances, old concerts, old interviews, and what they found was heartbreaking, because the signs were always there. The extra notes, the doubled harmonies. The way Jungkook would glance at his members, adjusting himself in real time, not for perfection, but for them. And then came the emotional turning point. An old clip resurfaced at a moment many fans had seen before, but never truly understood. Jungkook, backstage, exhausted, quiet, yet still practicing, again and again and again, not because someone told him to, but because he felt responsible. Responsible for the sound, for the group, for the expectations, for the millions of people watching. And suddenly, the coach's words hit differently. This is not normal, even for professionals. He performs like he's covering for an entire system. An entire system, let that sink in. Because this is where admiration slowly turns into concern. Because while fans celebrate perfection, they rarely ask, what does it cost? What does it take? to become someone who feels like an extra member? What does it take to be so reliable that people stop noticing how much you're carrying? And this is where ARMY became divided. Some saw it as the ultimate praise. Proof that Jungkook is on another level, a once-in-a-generation talent. But others, they saw something else, something more fragile. They saw a young man who may have taken on more than anyone ever realized. A young man who grew up in front of the world and learned that being perfect was the only option. Because when you're Jungkook, you're not just representing yourself, that you're representing BTS, that you're representing K-pop, that you're representing millions of fans who believe in you, no matter what. And maybe, just maybe, that's why the coach said what he said, not to shock, not to exaggerate, but to reveal a truth hidden beneath years of performances. That Jungkook is not just part of BTS, he is the force within it. A presence that expands beyond his role. A voice that fills spaces others don't even realize exist. And a heart that might be carrying more than anyone ever intended. But here's the real question. If Jungkook is the reason BTS feels like 8 members, then what does that mean for him as a person? Is this strength, or is it something else? Because what happens when the one who holds everything together starts to feel the weight? And what did the vocal coach say next that made even longtime fans emotional? Because what came after was something no one was prepared to hear. And it might just change everything you thought you knew about Jungkook. That a world record-holding vocal coach has just made a shocking statement that is shaking the entire ARMY community. According to him, BTS doesn't have 7 members, but 8. And Jungkook is the reason. In this emotional and eye-opening video, we dive deep into the hidden truth behind Jungkook's role in BTS. Is he really carrying more than we realize? Is the golden Maknae silently holding everything together? From vocal analysis to unseen performance details, this story will change the way you see Jungkook forever. Stay until the end, because what this vocal coach revealed next will leave you speechless. Purple Heart if you love BTS and Jungkook. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional K-pop stories. A world record-holding vocal coach has just made a shocking statement that is shaking the entire ARMY community. According to him, BTS doesn't have 7 members, but 8. And Jungkook is the reason. In this emotional and eye-opening video, we dive deep into the hidden truth behind Jungkook's role in BTS. Is he really carrying more than we realize? Is the golden Maknae silently holding everything together? From vocal analysis to unseen performance details, this story will change the way you see Jungkook forever. Stay until the end, because what this vocal coach revealed next will leave you speechless. Purple Heart if you love BTS and Jungkook. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional K-pop stories.